What's up, everybody? It's me, Brian Spadudi from Genesis Personal Training, and I wanted to explain to you a little bit how I approach flexible nutrition, also known as flexible dieting, but I don't like the term dieting. Flexible nutrition is simply this. When I first work with a client, okay, I'm trying to ultimately find a flexible approach to nutrition and training that they can adhere to long term. I don't want to make this so much of a burden on them. Now, I understand we all need discipline, but I don't want to make it such a burden where it becomes something that's just too hard to do and they don't want to do it, so they're just going to say, screw it, I don't want to lose weight anymore. Okay, so my job is this. My job when I first work with a client is to send them some initial paperwork. Now, in that paperwork, I'm looking for injuries, ailments, current training pattern, current eating pattern, when they have, difficult times during the day when they eat, when they stress, what's their stress level, rate your stress level. I want to know everything I need to know in that paperwork, that when you send it back to me, before I set up a phone call, I already have some notes jotted down, okay? Because another thing I like to tackle when it comes to flexible nutrition is habits and behaviors, because if we can't change the habits and behaviors, then there's no way you're going to be able to follow through with this plan long term, or any plan long term. Okay, so once that paperwork's filled out, we have a phone call, we go through some information together. Next, we start a 2-week assessment process. Why? Because everybody's BMR is a little different, okay? You can have two people, identical, same height, same weight, same age, same activity level, and they're gonna have two different BMRs. That's just the way it is. So my whole thing is, why hand out a generic form that everybody follows and the foods are all the same and the calories are all the same, when we can actually take the time to do a 2-week assessment where we're going to assess calories coming in, okay, and weight per day. And I'm going to have 7 days of that. I assess, and then we do one more week, okay? Now, the reason we do that is because, like I said, now I'll have a better idea after those 2 weeks of where your current caloric intake is compared to your current average weight on average. That's huge. That's so important, because the whole goal of weight loss, the strategy of losing weight, is to eat as many calories as possible while still losing weight to help with adaptation, or fight against adaptation, I guess you can say. So we can't just say, here's 1,000 calories. Yes, you will lose weight. You just starved yourself for no reason. So that's a very I don't like to use bad words. It's just not a good approach to take, and I think people scam a lot of people out of money by just throwing them on super low calorie intakes and making them run around. But that's for another video for another time. Let's get back to the flexible nutrition. So after that 2-week assessment, we're going to track calories, and the way I have clients track it is any platform they like. You want to go pen and paper? As long as I get it after a week, that's fine. You want to use MyFitnessPal, My Macros Plus, or any one of the tracking applications out there, that's perfectly fine. I look through the 2 weeks myself. Okay, now the reason I do this is this. After you have 2 weeks worth of assessment, okay, I use a format to have clients track. I don't want to give away all my secrets, okay? But I should say I use several different formats. So I will base the format that we use on the client's current nutrition age and how comfortable they are with technology. Okay? So after that 2-week assessment's up, where we're tracking water, we're tracking sleep, we're tracking stress. For women, we're tracking menstrual cycles. Oh my God, how do you not take that into account when you're writing plans for people? For women, you have to take those things into account. Are you in a follicular, luteal stage? You know what I mean? Do you have do you run a normal 28-day cycle when it comes to your period? How bad is your period? You know what I mean? Like cramps, things like that. You have to take all those things into account when working with females. Then after the 2-week assessment, I take a look at everything. We have a phone call, and we set up your plan that you will follow. Okay? We'll lay out hopefully we'll lay out a projected caloric intake, macronutrient, just goals, little goals that are really just changing your behaviors and habits along the way for long-term adherence. Every week, clients check in with me. They're always able to text me during the week if they have questions. I actually have them create their own meal plans. How do I do that? I always tell people I don't create meal plans. I don't do that. Well, why don't you? I need a meal plan. Okay, give me your 2-week assessment. Because I have 14 days worth of meal plans from you that I'm just going, hey, man, just increase your protein a little bit. You should be okay. Or, hey, maybe we should cut back here or there. Then you can make as many meal plans as you like. So the main point I'm trying to get across here is when you hear flexible nutrition, at least from me, it means taking the individual into account and developing a plan that they can adhere to long term, and they don't have to live like a hermit, and you get rid of the you can't eat past a certain time, or there's 6 magic foods, or you have to do all these crazy gimmicky things to lose weight. We're not just looking at weight loss, we're looking at sustainable weight loss long term. So hopefully this video cleared up just a bit on how I approach nutrition with clients. I always say clients are like snowflakes, no two are alike. All right, just to give you an idea on how I approach things. So again, if you want to get a hold of me or find out a little bit more about how I approach things when it comes to training and nutrition, you can visit my website. It's genesisptny.com. And I look forward to hearing from all you guys. If you have questions, let me know and I will talk to you guys soon.